All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles, the Elder and Millstone, and Southridge brothers doing this thing in sincerity, in truth, and with charity. Firstly, Yahweh is the Heavenly Father. Bahasham is in the name, Ba'in Hadasham name. Yahweh Shai is the name of the begotten Son, and Raka Quadash means Holy Spirit. Literally translated Spirit Holy. Racha Spirit, Quadash Holy. And I'm gonna do a response. This is the Elder Malcolm's video that you see on the screen. Alright. But the response is for this comment thread. Here we go. And you can see what the elder was speaking on, A female trying to sow discord. Alright, about the grape thing, which we do not have a grape doctrine. We do not teach grape. Alright, and grape, separate the G from it, Take the G away. Alright. Clearly we don't teach to do that, alright? We don't teach to do that. We in fucking America, for one. And two, that wasn't just a thing happening in Israel. All right, there's a law written on it, which we're going to touch, because in society, things happen. Just like there's laws written on, all right, if somebody steals from you, you catch them. They steal this animal. There's laws written on it. If there's a sodomite in the land, there's laws on it. If your enemy cattle is lost and you find it, there's laws on it that you're not supposed to hold a grudge. You got to do X, Y, Z. So in life, things happen. All right? Things happen in life. And that's one of those things. Now, the elder went in on it, and this brother, Chris Shakur Yafi, Salakia, forgive if I'm not saying your name right. But he goes, grape is allowed, spoils of war. Grape is not allowed in Israel, automatic deletion sentence if she yells. So I go, what script is the auto deletion? Which, of course, auto deletion means judgment, the judgment of death. He's saying in Israel, if an Israelite woman, had got graped, got the grapes, then that man was automatically put to death. So that's what he was saying. I'm trying to avoid the algorithm. He posted on 2225, what you're gonna grab. And I just let him know that's for a married, betrothed woman. And the reason he's, deleted is for adultery, not the actual grapes. A single woman becomes a wife forever, and he gotta had a typo. Damn. And he gotta give money to her pops because he took his property. And Jay gotta get the image of grapes out of the head how it is now. Our woman was more submissive than understand her role, so if bro snatched her up, she knew what it was. Wasn't this modern overly abusive ass shit these dudes. Right, like somebody was coming to hit her over the head with a pipe, punching her and beating her and all that, and she was just resisting. He just beating her ass. That's not how it went down. Alright? That's just not how it went down. And for two reasons. For one, even now, a man is only doing that because when he does all the extra shit, because of what he wants, and then there's that resistance. These niggas are wicked and violent these days. All right? But what also stops it is, a woman knew her role and purpose, which this may sound harsh, but this is facts. All right? The woman understood that she was made for the man, as the scriptures say. All right? So, this is Sirach. (36), and we're going to come back to this chapter again. 36:21. A woman will receive every man, yet is one daughter better than another. So the men actually are supposed to be the choosy ones. The woman would deal with any man. All right. You see women deal with short. They all say they got this type, but they deal with any type of man. Time and chance. The right day, the right night. It just happens. They deal with the short ones, tall ones, swole ones, skinny ones, fat ones, black ones, white ones. Women don't care. They deal with the ones they don't even like. So they say, like, it's crazy. They'll get nigga hell and still deal with them. Because a woman will receive any man. She was made for man. The man is the choosy one. All right? That's why these women out here going from rod to rod playing the cock carousel, because they're fickle. You know? They're fickle. Yeah, Sirach talks about, what's the word? Continent mind, yeah. A shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace, and her continent mind cannot be valued. They gonna show off just. Esau hating. Here we go. Consonant exercise. Which I don't know. They didn't show that. Exercising or characterized by restraint in relation to the desires or passions, and especially to sexual desires. All right. So that's it just says a woman that actually has a consonant mind. All right, that can control those desires is actually a woman that is of. You can't put a value on a woman like that. That shamefaced, faithful, having that self-control. That's a woman of great value. So you can't even put a price to it. All right, because a woman will receive any man. That's a little side rant, but still through the spirit. And Esau made this dating scene, boyfriend, girlfriend, which allows for the breeding of adultery, man. All right, that's a side note. A woman will receive any man. Because the man is supposed to be, it says, yeah, one daughter is better than the other. The man is supposed to be doing the choosing. All right. In fact, that leads us to another point. The man does the choosing. Because it wasn't that rape was just the normal and always happened back then. We do not have a rape doctrine. We just speak on it. Because you have the main way is arranged marriage. We'll do it this way. I don't know why it didn't pop up. Sirach 7:24 has thou daughters, have a care of their body, and show not thyself cheerful toward them. And daddy's princess and all this shit, daddy's girl, giving these women, they ain't how it's supposed to be. Now you're gonna raise an entitled female. That's crazy. Everything about the society is backwards. But here's the point: marry thy daughter, and so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter, but give her to a man of understanding. So the father generally will be the one to give the daughter away. All right? And even today, when you look at the numbers, arranged marriages last longer. All right? And also they the parties involved, both parties involved in arranged marriages are actually happier than this modern day Western shit. Ain't that something? Because that woman, the fact that she didn't pick and has this mindset to pick and choose and go from rod to rod to rod, and she was with this one man, got that one man spirit on her, because man on becomes one. Every woman that a man sleeps with takes a part of his DNA, a part of his spirit is on her. All the women really become one with that man. So these women that's going from ride to ride, you got different spirits battling in you. That's why you bugged out. All right? But this was the main way marriages happened back then, man. This is how it's supposed to be. And it works because that woman naturally is in more close to her proper order. All right? Knowing that she was made for the man. A man is going, look, a woman is a man's glory. A man is automatically going to love his woman. That's nature to a man. To enjoy his woman, all of that shit, that's nature. Like, that's just going to happen. All right? That's natural affection, as the scriptures say. All right? A woman being in her order will align with how things are supposed to be, and it'll be smoother. All right? So that's one way. Then you have bear with me. Right, you got this one, Exodus 22:16. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. So a man, run into a female, he choose her, mac her down, as they say these days, or however he get her. Say some words to her, smooth words, shit, whatever he do. He enticed her, he popped her, that's his woman. That's his woman now. Right? Then it says if her father utterly refused to give her unto him. So the father don't like it. Like, no, why'd you just do that? I ain't want to. Now look, again, she's not betrothed. All right, she's not engaged, she's not promised nobody. So the father didn't plan or have the plan set and made known who she's given to, who she's going to be given to. So she's totally on the market. All right? But the father just don't like the guy. Well, he wasn't ready to give up. That's his property. She probably was a big help in his enterprise. Well, that because the father didn't want to do it, he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgins. So money got to be paid because that's that man's property. He just took his property. All right? Again, that's the order. That woman firstly belongs to the father, and then she belongs to the man that she marries. Once that pill is swallowed, things will go a lot smoother for you women. Once that's understood with men, you can get out your emotions, man. All right? So those are the two main ways, and really the chiefest way was the arranged marriage. Again, the woman didn't pick, the man picked. Going back to this Sirach 7:26. Hast thou a wife after thy mind? A woman that listens to you. She follows your mindset. Your spirit is the spirit owner. She follow your way. Forsake her not, but give not thyself over to a light woman. All right? So again, the man is the choosy one. Not that Ron Isley spirit, choosy love. Get the fuck out of it. The man is supposed to be the one choosing. Now, a woman can see a man and like him, that's fine. But the thing is supposed to be if the man wants her. And ultimately, for the most part, it was arranged marriage. All right. I do want to go back to that 36, but I'm going to go to the comments again, because that was more said. All right. So back in the comments. That's it. And then we'll actually touch the law in a second. So he posts 1 Corinthians 7:9. And I respond that Corinthians has nothing to do with the topic. The law says what it says, which that law was Deuteronomy 22, 28 to 29. And I said, don't twist the scripts because it's hard for you to accept. Better to just let it go. If you don't understand something, it's better to just, let it go. But don't start teaching or adding to the scriptures, twisting what's really there. But I will say this. His next response was 5 minutes ago. Do a video on it. I'm subscribed to your channel, Shalom. So, whether, the brother receives it, if he's sincere or not, that's up to the Lord. But as a man of the Lord, Lord willing, Lord willing, I'm elected and I'm a man of the Lord. This is what we do. We here for the people. So I'm going to do the lesson. Hopefully the brother's edified and all the other viewers. So let me get this 1 Corinthians 7 and 9. I got to get in the blue letter. This is 1 Corinthians 7. I'm going to start at 7. For I would that all men were even as myself, but every man hath his proper gift of God, one after this manner, and another after that. I say, therefore, to the unmarried... Let me make sure the mic on, because this should be tweaking sometimes. All right. Salakia. 1 Corinthians 7 and 7. For I would that all men were even as myself, but every man hath this proper gift of God, one after this manner, and another after that. I say, therefore, to the unmarried and widows, it is good for them if they abide even as I, meaning unmarried, clearly. He said if they continue to stay how they are, Paul wasn't dealing with no woman at the time. So that's a good thing. All right? There's less distraction. You can focus on what you got to focus on. But if they cannot contain, let them marry, for it is better to marry than to burn. So he's like, look, go ahead and marry. It's not a sin to do it. He's saying his way, he wish you could stay like that. It's better that way. Your focus. But all men can't do it, That's why he said every man had a proper gift. But he brought this out because it says it's better to marry than to burn. And in his mind, I assume he's thinking, I don't know, to do it any other way lead you to be destroyed. So he just posted it with no explanation. All right, but that burn right there, it's the Hebrew word. The Greek.
Strong's G 4448. Porao.
Parao. And of course to burn, set fire to incense. It means to burn. However, it doesn't always mean literally burn. And here's an example. 2 Corinthians 11:29. Who is weak and I am not weak? Who is offended and I burn not? So you got being on fire when you're angry. All right, you got being on fire when you're in your lust. All right. So it's better to marry. It's better to get a woman. It's better to release yourself because it don't even mean... Look, it's better if you got to release yourself. It's better to marry than to burn. Walking around with that lustful spirit on you, that can also be another distraction. Thinking about that all the time. You out there trying to teach you seeing that, and that's all you can focus on. You drift off into thoughts because that happens, man. That can fucking happen. And then another thing that can happen, you can be so burning your lust, it makes you go off. So it's better to marry. It's better to get you a woman or to release yourself, all right, than to actually be filled with that lust that you can't control. Because then it could lead to a literal burning. That ain't got nothing to do with that Deuteronomy. And this is why I wanted that Sirach again. It's Sirach 36. 21. A woman receive every man, yet is one daughter better than another. The beauty of a woman triumphs the continence, and a man loveth nothing better. So a fine woman is just that, man. It's a fine woman. Every man knows what that's like, man. A man loveth nothing better. All right? But it's a balance because Sirach also tells us the wickedness of a woman darkens her conscience. And that's the next line. If there be kindness, meekness, and comfort in her tongue, then it's not her husband like other men. So that's more important. A woman with kindness, a woman that's meek, that's lowly, that feels undeserving of you. That's a wife right there. A woman that feels undeserving of you, that honors you, reverence you, that comforts you, that lifts you up with her words. It says in her tongue. Then it's not her husband like other men. That's some raw shit right there. That's a rare woman to find. Okay? Here's the point though. Well, the next two verses. He that getteth the wife beginneth the possession. And these women understood that in ancient world. They understood that they were a possession. They understood that they were chosen. A help like unto himself and a pillar of rest. They understood they was made for the man. But here's the point for Corinthians. Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled. A woman without a hedge will be destroyed. She'll be spoiled. She has no guide. She has no head, no leader, no covering. Look at what happened with Moses' father-in-law. Well, I think one of the women actually became his wife when he sent his daughters out to get water. The men made them wait. The father was like, "Damn, y'all back early this time." She was like, "Yeah, the man, the Hebrew helped us." Or I think they called him Egyptian, but he was in Hebrew. I'll have to double check. Look how much smoother even something as simple as getting water went because the man was there. All right? And that goes even deeper than that, man. Just having a man to guide you. These women out here running loose and rampant, took all Esau liberties, and out here depressed. No matter what you see on social media, these women out here depressed and hurt. Getting to a bag does not make a woman feel any less depressed. Getting drunk every Tuesday and Saturday and Friday does not make that woman any less depressed because they're not in a natural order. They're destroying themselves with that liberty. They're abusing themselves over much liberty. Ran through, argumentative, masculine as fuck. And a lot of them are heavily medicated. I'm talking about the black woman. All these women, but fuck them. I'm talking about the Israelite woman. Out here on Esau medication, man, because they depressed, lost, confused. And when this shit break loose, they really gonna be spoiled. But here's the point. And he that have no wife will wander up and down mourning. Now, some men that affects more than others. Like Paul, it didn't affect them that much. He was able to contain. But if you can't contain, go ahead and just get you a woman. Is what that 1 Corinthians 7:9 is saying. You ain't going off if you go ahead and get that woman. Or if you pull a Judah. If you pull a Judah in Genesis, you got to release, all right? Go ahead, get that harlot. We're going to call it what it is. All right? I know the blue let it go off, but I do want to check this. Gamos. They take liberty with their breakdowns in here. They don't give you just a definition of an actual Greek word sometimes, or Hebrew word. Let me read through this real quick. Time. All right, that was the point on that. Now let's get to this law, which it's self-explanatory, man. It really is. Deuteronomy 22. And 20. Yeah, we'll just start at 20. Now this is going into, if a man pop a virgin, and finds out she wasn't actually a virgin, she was, and that's like, it's two different words for virgin in the scriptures. If a man gets a young woman, a damsel, and she's not an actual virgin, all right, that's the whole thing where they bring the token, and if ain't no tokens, then clearly she ain't a virgin, right? But if the things be true and the tokens of her virginity be not found for the damsel, which is token of virginity, you pop a woman, you pop her cherry, she bleeds. That would be the token of her virginity. The parents would have that. If it wasn't found, then what happens afterwards? All right? Hold on, I'm sorry. I just gotta. Okay. Sorry. She committed adultery. She wasn't a virgin. And they shall bring out the damsel to the door of her father's house, and the men of her city shall stone her with stones that she died, because she hath wrought folly in Israel to play the whore in her father's house. So shalt thou put evil away from among you. All right, that's adultery. Same thing in the next couple examples. Adultery. If a man be found lying with the woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die, both the man that lay with the woman and the woman, so shalt thou put away evil from Israel. Adultery. If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed to a husband, and a man find her in this city and lie with her, which betrothed means promised, or in today's term engaged, but it means promised, then ye shall bring them both out into the gate of that city, and ye shall stone them with stones that they die. The damsel, because she cried not, so she was accepting of this, she partook in the adultery, being in the city, and the man, because he had humbled his neighbor's wife. So he didn't get put to death for grapes. He got put to death for adultery. So thou shalt put away evil from among you. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die, because she cried out. But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing, there is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. For as when a man riseth against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this matter. For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her. Verse 28. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, completely available, and lay hold on her, and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, because he took his property. Same thing with the dowry in Exodus 22. When the man enticed the woman, this one is different. This one, he snatched her up, he seized her. He laid hold on her, all right? And he didn't have to take a pipe over her head, nothing, because a woman knew she belonged to a man anyway. Now it just means this the man she's going to be with forever. Because he hath humbled her, he may not put her away all his days. All right? Oh, did I skip the part when saying she shall be his wife? So she has a head, she has protection, a covering. All right? And contrary to what this Western society want to tell you, oh, this is oppressive. That woman would have been with that man and been happy with that man. For, as simple as that. So I'm going to receive any man. They would have had their life together. It would have been straight. Point blank, period. Shalom.